Every time you read a newspaper article, every time you listen to the radio, every time you see a TV show and there's some Negro talking, the first thing you got to do in your mind is decide whether or not this is a grassroots discussion, a grassroots show, a grassroots article, or whether it's some bourgeois nonsense. Are y'all with me? Let me give you an example. Soledad O'Brien. Okay. Soledad O'Brien. Did y'all see that? Being black in America. I couldn't wait to see it. I said, damn, CNN gonna do something about us? I turned the joint on, and the whole thing was about a black family who found out they had a white relative. Or did y'all remember that? Are y'all with me? I said, hell no. And the whole documentary was showing the black family look for the white side. Listen to this. How long was it? 2 hours? Or was it 2 nights or something like this? The whole thing was tracing them find the white relatives of the white ancestor that they had, where they never clearly delineated whether or not it was a slave master or not. And at the end, I think they found their white relatives and they hugged and made up. Y'all see that? Totally piss you off, because you like nothing I want got discussed on this issue. But let me tell you how they play with your consciousness. At an aristocratic event, what they will do is they'll put 2 black people against each other in order to do what? Make you think your issue is being represented. Did y'all hear what I just said? You're like, wait a minute, this brother stands for this. This brother stands for this. So somewhere in this argument, what really matters to the black community gotta be discussed, because you ain't gonna sit up here and tell me, Brother Umar, that neither one of them represent us. But guess what? Neither one of them do. Are y'all with me? Let me give you an example. John Street and Michael Nutter got into an argument in the newspapers a couple years ago. Y'all probably remember about the trash tax. Michael Nutter was going to charge, what, a flat 20, what was it, $3 extra? 300 flat. And John Street said, that's not fair because people make different incomes, blah, blah, blah. It should be based on income. And they argued in the newspaper about this for weeks. But let me ask you a question. First of all, in our hood, they hardly pick up the trash anyway. That's number one. Number two, is that the most important issue to be discussed? Hell no. But they took up their time doing that. I give you another one. First Lady Michelle Obama, when she spoke at the NAACP convention last year, she got up there after she, in so many words, and I'm paraphrasing in so many words, told black folk they need to stop talking about slavery. She then said that she has a campaign for childhood obesity. Y'all remember that? Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. We do got an issue with obesity, without a doubt, in our community. Too many hugs, too many Slim Jims, too many Little Debbies, and I feel like a hypocrite talking about Little Debbies. Okay? I'm not gonna lie, but I'm working on it. Okay? But here's the issue. Is that the number one issue you could be fighting for, Michelle Obama? If you want to take up an issue with children, why don't you take up this psychoacademic war against black boys? Why don't you take up the special ed? Or the fact that black boys are suspended from school 4 times the rate as the white boys for the same offenses? Why don't you take up the juvenile incarceration bills that got our 15 and 14-year-olds being charged as adult males and then going to adult prisons, getting raped, come out sicker than when they sent in? Pick up something real, Michelle! The role of the aristocracy is to take some marginal issue and make it significant. That's why you got to be educated, y'all. You got to read every book in here, because the number one weapon of the untalented 10th is your ignorance. It's your ignorance. Black people say now, well, Brother Umar, why did we all run out and vote for President Obama? He ain't done nothing. He ignored us. But you're going to run out and vote for him again? Not that the vote matters anyway. That's right. Presidents are chosen 4 years in advance. They already know if they're going to give him the office or not. It has nothing to do with a Negro, okay? At all. First rule in America after slavery was to make sure you had no impact on anything that went on in this country unless you organized it yourself. Okay? So, the black folks are saying, why are we supporting him so much if he ain't done nothing? Do you know why you keep on doing it? Because every time you turn on the TV, you got a member of the aristocracy telling you you should be proud. Telling you you should be glad. Telling you you should be happy. Telling you that the election of President Obama to the presidency of the United States of America was the, and I hate to say it, fulfillment of Dr. King's dream. Now, if you don't know Dr. King, you will believe that. If the sum total of your education of Dr. King comes from Black History Month and Channel 12 specials, you will believe that. But if you happen to be like me, who got every speech that the man wrote and studies them, you will see that one of the biggest suspicions Dr. King had about the Civil Rights Bill was that it would create a class of Negroes who would turn their back on their own people. Read his work. He never said, I'm doing this for a Negro president. Frederick Douglass never said that. And I even see Obama's face on t-shirts with Marcus Garvey. Look how they manipulate your consciousness and manipulate the consciousness of your children. And they do the same thing with the homosexual struggle. They use the aristocracy to promote the homosexual agenda because many of them were forced to bend over in order to break the ceiling.
That's right.
I'm serious. I'm serious. In order to get in order to break that ceiling, not all of them, not everybody, but most of them have to bend over. And all of them have to be accepting of the LGBT movement. All of them have to be accepting of it. And I know for a fact, because I got people downtown who share secret aristocracy. I know, did you hear what I just said? That there is a homosexual ring amongst the men and women in the Philadelphia black aristocracy. Now don't run out here and think every aristocrat is gay, but you can best believe at least 1 in 5 are bending over. Do your research. Study these people. There's 2 groups in the black community, or should I say 3. You got the aristocracy, then you got the revolutionaries, and then you got the politically ignorant masses. The problem is that the revolutionary community is trying to get the attention of the masses. But we're fighting downhill because the Negro untalented tip has the resources that the white folks freely give them to keep you in your place. Are y'all with me? Now, be careful about your leaders. Be careful about your leaders because the government, the white aristocracy, and the black aristocracy, once in a while, will allow them to talk revolutionary. Are y'all with me? They will allow them to step out of line. You know why? To make sure they stay legitimate with you. Don't fall. Did y'all hear what I said? That's right. Every once in a while, Brother Umar can get on TV and cross the line. But they know I'm just talking because we talked about it before I did it. They slipped me a note card. Are you with me? And that confuses you because you'll look at him and you say, you know what? I thought he sold out. But nah, he's still a brother. No, he not. He was told to get revolutionary to make sure he ain't losing his hold on you. Remember what I say, before we can have a political revolution, an economic revolution, an educational revolution, we first have to have a psychological revolution. Black people have to fundamentally change the way we see ourselves and each other because the #1 virus in our hood is collective self-hatred. And it comes in all kinds of forms. It comes from light skin fighting black. It comes from the educated fighting the uneducated. It comes from the Muslim fighting the Christian. West Philly fighting North Philly. It comes in all types of forms. As the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey said, we are a race that are cursed with petty differences. Put them to the side, y'all, because we can't afford it. Put it to the side. You will be no good in this struggle. You will make no difference to our people if you can't practice tolerance for ignorant niggas. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? Patience in the face of emotional ignorance. You got to have it. You got to have it. And you have to have, most importantly, an unequivocally unabiding faith in our ability to overcome. Because guess what's going on with the revolutionary community? We are starting to lose faith. We're looking at our watch and we're saying, wait, it's been 143 years after slavery and we are not catching up. The Arab is losing, but at least he got the guts to fight. Are y'all with me? The Arab is losing, but at least he got the guts to fight. They got children out there with rocks and bottles fighting 21st century weaponry and tanks because they was raised from birth that you don't bow down to nobody. Death is preferable to slavery. You see that? And we sitting rooting for the white man. Some of us rooting for the Arab. Because we so damn confused. Failing to realize that he was a slave master too. Are you with me?